Hey everybody, look at that! Look at that! Excellent, excellent
Yes.
Dungeon Glitch shirt from
There's the link.
our friends.
There's the link. There's the link.
Oh, you all. All right. Oh my god, Shannon, there are so many 1 bits coming in for your death.
Stop!
It's out of Sean's hands. It's all Alex.
Oh my
Here.
god!
The people have spoken.
No.
All right. Let's bring it together. Last we met on the first evening of Elmune Gloam, the Drear Shadow, on a sundog. The Wayward Five stopped in the industrial town of Atronari on the Lapis tributary in Honduras. The first stop on their long journey south to Veramalcia, and eventually Farathris, the Beastlands, to find the Fields of Glass. They arrived in time for a town-wide drunk, as laborers were given a day off and soldiers celebrated their winter leave beginning. During these festivities, Wiswick and Timber took a moment to scry on the Battle-Mage that has been hunting Governor Oriel Clay, who you have been assigned to protect. They saw her in the midst of a hellish ritual, a summoning spell, hidden away somewhere in a cavern, most likely upriver. The Wayward Five immediately went from libations to battle-ready, as Cal took command and worked with the local garrison to secure the town, while Timber and Curon ventured out to look for the mage. They found a cave at the end of a ravine, glittering with some torchlight. This must be it. They gathered the 5, and they began sneaking the cave in hopes of ambushing the mage and finishing her at last. For if you recall, they have fought her twice before. She's escaped both times. After killing some fiendish scouts, our heroes found the cave to be abandoned, save the remains of her ritual in a red, glowing rift portal torn in the air above them. Peering into this portal, it appeared to be the abyssal plane. Huron failed to seal the portal twice, so Wiswick resigned to collapsing the cave in on the portal with his golem. As they killed a pack of imps tarrying their horses, they saw in the distance, in the center of the town, a pillar of fire. The mage had slipped past their approach and attacked the town. They found her and her fiends terrorizing the town center, perhaps to lure them in to settle their score. Her form had been corrupted from touching the abyssal world. Spectral horns flickered above her brow. Terrible claws grew from her metal gauntlets, and spines of obsidian decorated her armor, perhaps this transformation foreshadowing of what would come. The Wayward Five surrounded her, and through the clashing claws, blades, and magic, they struck her down, but this cost them greatly. Curon, determined to save the people and bid Zendariel for aid, dueled with a horned demon and lost. He was cut down dead. Lost my place. And as Timber stood over the corpse of his friend, determined to defend it, he too was cut down. As the mage lay dead with a wicked grin, Wiswick attempted to save his friend Timber, but too was cut down. Now Cal and Scarlet flanked this vile creature to defend their fallen friends. Together they slew this fiend, with Scarlet landing the killing blow again and again on the corpse and ichor of this creature. Now, Curon and Timber lay dead, Wiswick unconscious, Cal and Scarlet wounded. The soldiers down the road have victory over the demons, now in retreat. Some respite might come, but Timber's body begins to twitch. They look and hope their friend would rise, and rise he did, trembling with rage, as Kieran died and Stefan disconnected. He turned, his eyes a bright and violent red, as a guttural voice from beyond echoed, "This vessel belongs to me now." This is where we left off. So, Scarlet and Cal, you look upon Timber's form, which is now seemingly changing, and you hear the familiar grotesquerie of his transformations as you can see wisps of shadow start to peel off of his fur in this red, black, purple, blue light, as his fangs seem to grow larger and more serrated and violent and crooked, his eyes burning red. A third eye opens in the center of his head as spines begin to grow off of his shoulders, obsidian-like spikes, as he seems to have grown to a larger size, as he's growling, looking at you all. What do you all do?
I am going to... I'm gonna hold my hands. I'm demonstrating it for you, but I don't think anyone can see me on screen. I hold my hands
Doing this.
like
I
so.
can show you, Tim.
I'm not surrendering. No, I don't want to be seen. This camera's terrible. I'm not surrendering, but I'm clearly making like a hey, don't worry, man. And I'm gonna edge around him and not getting any closer. Just slowly edging in another direction to stand over the body of Wiswick, or at least, if not over, in between him and the body of Wiswick.
Okay, so you're trying to move over to where Wiswick is?
Just to, slowly, nice and easy, nice and just. Hey man, I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm just
Yeah.
going over here.
I want to do that same thing, but to Kieran.
So, Scarlet, you would be stepping forward down towards, because Kieran's body is between you two and Timber, and Wiswick is behind Timber, where he was thrown back.
Still gonna get in front of him.
Oh, so you're trying to literally step up. You would be literally stepping, like, inches from Timber.
I want Kieran out of his sight.
Do you want to start pulling Kieran away, then? Or do you want to walk and stand and over Kieran?
I'm not gonna pull just yet. I will step over. Nice and easy. Just like
Are you
Cassie.
saying anything?
Yeah.
Timber's
gonna crawl over to.
You're not Timber right now.
Sorry,
He is.
Lugh
He's
is
playing the
Lugh
his
is-
form.
Lugh
Like I
is-
said, it's out of my hands.
Lugh is going to,
He's Luke.
on all fours, slowly creep over to Kieran's body.
And I'm
This is
slowly
my
moving.
meal.
No.
He's going to put one claw on Kieran's arm and attempt to drag it towards him.
What do you do?
Fuck. I put my hand on top of Lou's hand. Gently.
And Lugh's going to just viciously and then take another look at Scarlet.
Timber?
You are the one who stabbed me.
No. Oh.
Give me my meal.
You.
And
Timber?
Timber's going to start removing viciously Kieran's plate of armor.
Fuck.
Cal, you're watching this. You're definitely. I'll say you're.
Elven chain.
I'll say. Actually, Timber, real quickly, just give me an attack roll with your claws.
Sure.
To see if you break his armor.
After he does that, and as soon as he starts going for the armor, I want to try and pull Kieran out of his reach.
Where's the? Oh, there it is. I'm a dummy. Boop 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 boop. That is an 18.
You see the claws of Lugh, which you can see are grown much larger and more violent, the what would ordinarily be just these kind of claws that come off of the ends of tops of Timber's fingers have completely turned. The whole finger has turned into a serrated obsidian claw. He clasps onto the armor and squeezes it and rips it back, the chains scattering to the ground as he's destroying Huron's magic armor.
Yeah, okay. I pull him out of the way. Attempt to pull him out of the way.
All right, well, let's get competing strength checks.
Is this athletics or is this straight?
I would say athletics.
Oh, thank God. Well, my athletics bonus is the same as my regular strength. Should I re-roll it or just leave it?
It doesn't matter. You can leave it if it's the same. If it's the same bonus.
I don't think he has proficiency.
Well, it's a weird thing because it's not particularly part of monster stat blocks that they have proficiencies like that.
Right.
Oh my God, what's your modifier?
It's a tie with your modifier, right?
I don't know what hers is.
She rolled a 12.
12. Sorry, yes, I
And
rolled a
you,
12.
what did you roll?
I think I rolled a 7.
Yeah, and your modifier should be a 5, so it's
Oh
a
my
tie.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So let's re-roll. As you can see, Scarlet, you at this point, I'll say you're like trying to pull Huron away, and you can see Lugh's claws just dig into Huron, holding him in place. And it, like Lugh seems like he's like just not inherent. Okay, so Lugh got a 17.
No, I got a 9. Fuck.
You see Lugh just pulls Timber away from you, and now Timber's body is underneath the 4
Huron.
legs. Sorry, Huron's body's underneath Lugh, where while he's down on all 4s.
This is my meal. I'm going to savor it. And he's going to go for Huron's bicep.
And I'm gonna jump on him. Daggers out.
I'll say let's roll initiative.
Okay. 25.
I don't know why I rolled the dice. I'm not in this fight.
That should be.
Alex, you can go to the battle cam if you want.
Oh, I can. I can.
Cal got a 10. It's incredibly slow on this computer. So if I go, yeah, I'll roll, and then nothing happens for a while, that'd be why.
Okay. All right. Scarlet, what'd you get?
25.
Timber or Lugh, what'd you get?
16.
All right, Scarlet, you're up first.
Okay. As I'm diving towards him, I don't know if there's enough space between it, so I want to send my snake to wrap around his neck, and I want to try and pull him off of Huron.
So that would be, if you read the snake, there is rules for that. It's essentially a grapple and pull. You have to succeed on an attack roll against him, and then it's a saving throw on his part to resist being grappled by it.
Yes. Okay, so attack roll incoming.
It's disadvantaged because this is a ranged attack technically, and you are in melee range with him.
Yeah, she's not thinking clearly. It's fine. All right. Well, yeah, it's not gonna do it. That's a 9. I'm assuming that misses.
Hey,
Lugh?
so Lugh, it's your stat block.
Yeah. Yep. No, it misses.
Okay.
At least I think so. Yeah. No. I see it now. Sorry.
Yeah,
yes, it does.
No problem.
I think you have higher than a 9 AC. All right, that was my action.
-1 dex, yes. And no armor.
All right, can I use my offhand to try and stab him?
Yep.
Fuck. Oh no, that's not bad. 17?
This is...
Uh,
It's the avatar of a god.
oh boy.
Anything else, Scarlet?
No, that's all I can do.
Lugh, you're up.
I said this is my meal! And then he's going to stand up from over his Curon's body, turn around, and immediately make a multi-attack on Scarlet. Let's first start with the beep 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 beep.
Scarlet, are you below maximum hit points?
My below maximum hit points?
Yep.
Yeah, like you've lost health.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you know what that means?
Yes.
The fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
Also, Scarlet, you are no one's within 5 feet of you. So Alex, you know what that means?
Yep.
I don't like this. There's so many rules.
Okay.
That means you're gonna kill her.
Yep. Well, oh, wait, why did I do that? Oh, anyway, so that is a 30 to hit. I'm just gonna roll damage.
A third? Did you say 30?
Yes. Eh. Why does it keep doing that? Stop doing that. And then the bite attack. That is, I think that would be 17 points of damage, right, Sean? If I'm doing
16.
it right. 16. Well, because she lost health.
Oh. So you would have added another d6 to that,
Oh, okay. All right, sorry.
and then add 7.
All right, thank you. I missed that part. So that's an additional 6.
So that is total 22 points of slashing damage.
That's the first attack. Next is
Scarlet, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-huh. That is a 19.
You have been wounded and are blood marked now. At the top of all of your turns, you lose 5 points of 5 hit points, and this will not stop unless you're magically healed. And
Second.
Timber, she's blood marked now.
Okay. Second attack with advantage. Oh. That's the that's
Yeah.
Okay, it's 30 damage.
Scarlet, you are still raging, so.
So this is all halved.
Am I?
So
Am I?
pierce,
Oh,
yeah. So piercing,
thank
slashing
God.
are halved.
Okay, hold on. I need to add some back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sorry, we're coming for the last one while we're waiting. Sorry, that was in character.
Yeah.
Oh
My God.
So that's a 39.
to
And
hit.
yep. And boop, 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 boop. And that is 24 points of slashing damage.
Okay, that hurt, but
And he's gonna move right in front of her. He's just gonna cower
Okay.
over her. Lord.
Cal.
So yeah, Scarlet, you literally see Lugh just rises up, and as he stands up, you can see that while Timber is taller than you typically, he is now towering over you and staring down at you. His form, which is normally somewhat scrawny, has bulked out and is strong. And the bite hits you first, and you feel these serrated fangs dig into your flesh and tear out parts of it as this now new bleeding wound is there. And then he takes 2 swipes across your chest, and you fall back, not feeling this much pain in a while.
Yeah.
Cal, you're up.
Okay. Is there like a, I don't know, a felled tree, or a hedgerow, or
Conveniently enough, there actually is a hedgerow at the back of the church. So where this church is that you can see in the corner, there is actually a hedgerow right behind it.
how far could I throw Wiswick?
Excellent.
I'd say if you pick him up and move up to the hedgerow, like where you're standing next to it, you can huck him over it.
I'm very strong.
I know, but you're also like 20 feet away from the hedgerow.
I think I could fastball pitch Wiswick. All right, yeah.
I'll say because Wiswick is tiny, it won't have your movement.
Okay. So I pick him up.
I consciously go into a spherical.
I trot over there, and I just like I don't need to throw him over the hedgerow unless that's the only method. Yeah, sure, I throw him over the hedgerow.
No, you could
Yeah,
shove him
I
through.
neatly push him through the hedgerow, like
You could,
and then I'm gonna move back with the rest of my movement towards the fight. I want to move towards, and I don't want to move into engagement range of the giant death ball yet.
Okay.
I want to head towards his left, the side with the troops on it.
Okay. And you want to
Or
move
his
to
right,
your...
yeah, his left.
Okay. How's that?
Yeah, that's about as far as I assumed I could get, so that's perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I'll say, Cal, now that you've come here, you can see they're further away than they are in the battle map, obviously, but you can see that the soldiers are starting to walk over because they're seeing a commotion over here, and obviously they've dealt with their problem over there. You see some of them are rushing towards the flame, burning building, but there are a handful that are heading towards you all. Anything else, Cal?
Yeah, I'll shoot him.
Go for it.
I don't know if I can hit. Apparently we just, can't, but here we go. Does a 16 hit you, Lou?
Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay.
So I snap a shot off. That's about all I got.
You would see that you would see, Cal, you actually do hit him, but it just kind of bounces off of his shoulder, and it doesn't really do much damage. What type of damage, by the way, were you using?
Oh, Sean, what type of damage was I using? Fire.
Okay. All right. So I'll say, Cal, you would notice that these 5 soldiers are starting to rush towards you all, and where they are on the battle map is now actually where they are. As you can see, these soldiers are like slowly approaching you all, like uncertain what's happening. They see the demon ichor everywhere, and they see the corpse of the battle mage, and they see you kind of engaged with this monstrous creature that they have not seen before, as they're slowly approaching. But that's their turn. Back up to Scarlet.
All right. Quick question. Can I use the reckless feature? Did we decide that I was able to use that, even though?
Yes, we are going to allow you to use that.
All right, cool. So I would like to use that, and I'm going to whip out the hammer, and I'm going to use. I think, is it a bonus action to speak the command word?
No, it's a free action.
Sweet. So I'm going to speak the command word, light it on fire, and I'm going to swing at. Can I reach his head? Is he too tall?
He's probably a bit too tall for you to. I mean, you could just hit his chin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Chin bonk.
A little chin. So you can get a snoot.
Sneak attack on his chin.
Sneak attack on his snoot.
Ooh.
18.
Ooh, that just hits.
Boop the snoot.
18 hits.
It is just hits. Glancing blow.
She booped the snoot.
I booped the snoot. All right, that is 11 points of bludgeoning damage plus.
How much
plus
fire?
10 points of fire damage and sneak attack.
No, you have no ally. Oh, well, you're raging. Or
Yeah.
because you did it with advantage.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Yes, I did it with advantage.
Yeah, then you
Yeah,
get sneak
yeah,
attack.
yeah. Okay, cool.
All right, so just for your reference, Alex, for that you
We
took
lost Steph on it.
So yeah, I got it. Sean.
you got all the halving.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, cool.
14 sneak attack damage.
Okay.
That would also be halved.
Yep.
And double halved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so Scarlet, you take up and you got your hammer in batter's position, and you come and you smack it up against his face. You see it kind of like his jaw clenches shut and his head goes back, and you see Lugh just comes right back down, barely scratched him. No blood, no bruise. Barely did anything at all. It did damage him though.
Yeah. All right. Bonus action.
You pretty much just booped him really hard.
Bonus action. Offhand, I guess. Oh no, I used 2 hands for that one. Nope.
Yeah,
never
no,
mind,
you can't
do
offhand,
that. I
you
can't
can't
do that.
offhand,
All right. Fuck. All right.
Bonus action.
Bonus action dash movement. I am.
Disengage.
Bonus action. Thank you. Disengage, and I am booking it towards the burning building.
Okay. So you're running from him right now.
Yep. And as I pass Cal, I'm gonna say, he's too powerful. Let's go.
Well, it's not my turn, so I don't say anything. But you do.
Well,
see
you
Cal
can say.
point.
You can respond.
I point confusedly at the corpse still on his feet. I'm like, what? Is all I do.
Okay. All right. Lugh, you would see Scarlet begin to flee from you, which she disengaged. Okay, yeah. You have the corpse of Curon beneath you. You do see Cal is kind of slowly walking around you with his blade outstretched towards you. And you see the soldiers heading towards you all. Oh, I didn't give you one thing on there. I'm gonna give you something.
You have invulnerability to damage.
One second, I just want to see what. Oh, yeah.
You're ontologically immutable.
So he's hungry. And he got booped. And these people are approaching him. But they're nothing. They're fleas. So he's gonna go after Curon. He's gonna bite Curon into Curon and start ragdolling him.
You watch as Scarlet kind of looking back, you see that like a wild animal that is protecting its caught prey, Lugh bites into the bicep and upper shoulder and just starts to violently shake Curon, ripping his flesh from his bones. Lugh, you haven't lost any health, but if you wanted to, you could heal yourself for 2d12.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna feed with my reaction.
Actually, no, you have taken some damage. So yeah, you can use your reaction to feed.
Four
Okay.
points, I'll take it.
Anything else, Lugh?
That's it.
Okay. Cal, you are up. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Miss Disengage over there just kind of threw a thorn in the plans. So his mouth, his muzzle is inside the corpse of my friend. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, essentially he's like ripped the cloak and chainmail from Curon's shoulder and is bit into this upper portion and is like pulling flesh from his arm right now.
Okay.
How do those liver spots taste?
Delicious.
While he's distracted with that, I'm gonna grab Curon by the other arm and/or leg and just tear and run. It's okay if his arm comes off. I just need the bulk of his body, and preferably his head. And I'm going to run towards the soldiers with all of my actions and everything I have.
Competing strength checks, please.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, Cal.
Just raw strength or athletics or
Athletics.
Come on, Cal.
And Cal, I'm gonna give you
Yes.
inspiration in this moment because it's so desperate.
Okay.
So you can re-roll it if you want. And
Yeah.
pick the die.
22. It's 22.
And Timber got a...
Without proficiency, it's a 13.
13. So, okay. Cal, you grab, you skid, like I imagine you kind of like skid to the ground next to this corpse where he's feasting and grab Kieran by the arm and the loose chainmail. Maybe for a moment, look up and you can see those red eyes staring back at you, the snarled muzzle as he clamps his teeth down to keep his food. And you start pulling, and you start fighting back and forth, and then you hear the splitting of bone and the ripping of flesh as you pull Kieran free.
I sling him over my shoulder in a fireman's carry and sprint
Okay.
towards the soldiers.
I can say with the movement you used and this action, you can get, you can start to get away from it, but not too far. Carrying someone halves your movement, but you will be able to dash and all that jazz.
Yeah, that's all I'll be doing.
Okay. So, Cal, as you do that, the soldiers start running towards you now, kind of like seeing that there's a problem. You see these two come directly up to you and immediately say, Lieutenant Stormrain, what is the situation?
Form line, that thing is going to come after us.
You see he shouts back to the other soldiers as they start rushing forward. You see they form a front line and there are two behind you. You see those two immediately pull their bows back to fire at Timber. Oh, they do not hit. As Timber, you see these arrows, these weak, feeble, mass-produced arrows just sort of snap against your primordial hide. All right, Scarlet, you're up. You can see Cal is dragging Kieran's body away from the fight as Lugh is kind of like, you can see, preparing that one foot forward, next foot forward, down the fur on his back spiked up.
I was hoping you'd still be distracted with that arm.
Yeah.
He might. It's up to Alex.
All right. I'm looking at the battle mat. They're there.
Kieran, are you a righty or a lefty?
Chiron's normal, so he's a righty.
Fuck you.
So
The one named after being correct. It's fine.
The one thing about this is if you do come back, you won't have that arm, and it is your right arm based on how you were laying down.
You're the DM.
Guess he's visiting the stranger tonight.
All right, Scarlet, what are you doing?
Can I? All right. I'm going to look at the burning building and then just like think about what the fuck I just did. And then turn around and see Cal and Kieran coming, and I'm going to aim between those two soldiers, and I'm going to fire Lily at Kieran and try and wrap the chain around him so I can pull him farther back.
Oh, you're gonna move so you can pull him away?
Yeah, I want to.
Or where do you want to move?
Just maybe over to my left 5 feet so that I have a clear shot of Kieran.
So what I'm just saying is that if you hit him, Kieran, sorry.
Kieran, yeah.
I thought you meant Timber. I was like, what?
No,
You pulled the
no.
Danger Wolf towards you.
No,
all right,
no, Kieran.
All right, go ahead.
And I want to do Reckless again. Will that give me advantage on this?
Yeah, it'll just mangle Kieran's corpse a little bit more because you're recklessly doing it.
Yeah, but I need to do well on the roll. We'll fix it. Okay. 17.
I'll say that 17 will latch onto Kieran. You can see Lily kind of latches around his waist as Cal's holding him up, and you can pull him from Cal's arms 20 feet towards you.
Yes, please. Cal, let go!
Which will actually get him right at your feet.
Can I kick him behind me?
Yeah, sure. I'll allow that.
Action.
I
Free
want
action.
him. I want
Free
him
action,
out.
kick.
I want him out.
Kick
out
30
of,
feet.
Out of the way.
I believe it's manipulated object, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's dead, so he's an object now.
It's true.
Sorry, Kieran.
I'm so sorry, Kieran. Oh, okay.
All right. What? Anything else?
Shout out to the boys in the bush.
Yeah, everyone dies, and Wiswick just wakes up the next morning in a graveyard in a bush. Like, oh, did I dream that? Did I drink all that? Did I drink that whole jug of wine and dream that?
Pokes his head out the hedgerow. It's just a river of blood through this town.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Hot
no, I'm
toddies?
good.
Hot toddies?
All right. Oh my goodness. Lou, you're up.
So, he just took my meal. He's going to charge directly towards Cal. And
All right.
as he does, right when he gets pretty close, he's angry.
Yeah, he is.
he's-
Some might say we're about to rampage.
Yeah, some might say, where the hell is it? Okay, sorry. He's going to use Fury of a God. And he goes on a fucking rampage and he just dashes in between each person, throwing a soldier, slashing at another, just running around like attacking everybody. So
Cal and Scarlet, I need you
everybody-
both to give me dexterity saving throws, and all the soldiers will also.
Just out of curiosity, what kind of attack would you classify this as?
slashing mostly.
Yeah, it's not a magical attack.
That's
Well,
unfortunate.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
19.
Badly.
Success, by the way, Scarlet.
Yeah, Scarlet, you succeeded, so you only take half damage.
I'm going to evade, so I'm going to take none.
Mm-hmm.
14.
You will fail. The soldiers, I'll say, based on the rolls, because I did like 2 rolls for half and half. Half of them succeed, half of them fail.
Okay. That is 36 points of damage to everybody except for you, Scarlet, or all the. That's not halved.
Yeah, but I'm
Wow.
gonna have it and then evade, so I'm not taking it.
You watch as Timber rips through the the armor of a lot of the soldiers, and I don't know if you want me to. I don't know what
Go.
people their status is because he's gonna feed
You
if they-
killed
if they-
you killed half of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you watch as he literally puts his claws into one and spreads them open, and throws one against the
You
burning
did-
building.
You did 36 points of damage?
36 points of damage.
I had 37 health.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh! Don't tell him that!
Well, it's not going to influence my decisions.
Yeah. So Timber, Lou just sort of. It's like he's just like dashing between everyone, like essentially just going on this rampage, running into the line of soldiers, slashing across the throat of one of them who just collapses to the ground, his head half off his body, as he picks one up and just digs his claws into their chest and just rips their ribcage open as there's blood raining all over Lou, and then just sort of throws the body at another one and just like completely obliterates them. Scarlet, you're able to kind of like just barely dodge these assaults as you feel his claws scratching against your chests, but not finding purchase, as you just feel the ferocity and the horror and hunger of this creature as it ends its rampage on Cal, where he just grabs Cal, slashes across his chest 2 times, picks him up and slams him on the ground. Cal is knocked prone. Everyone who failed is knocked prone.
He's also going to feed on one of the, or lick his lips, I guess, of all the,
Absolutely.
one of the soldiers that he.
Go ahead and use your feed reaction.
Oh. That's cool. I got 9 points back.
At the end of your rampage, Lugh, you are just absolutely incensed with bloodlust. By the way, Cal, give me... by the way, Scarlet, actually, you need to take 10 points of damage because I forgot that you've been wounded for the last 2 rounds. Cal, you need to give me a Constitution saving throw. It's necrotic damage, by the way.
Oh, he's good.
24.
You do not suffer, despite how much you've been slammed into the ground. You don't suffer a grievous wound. But anyway, you're staring down at Cal, whose body is broken beneath you, with that 1 hit point. He's got blood coming out of his nose. Cal, you are completely bloodied and mangled with that 1 point of HP. You look up, and you do see a owl on the rafters of the building directly behind Cal. And seeing this black owl only makes you angrier. Cal, you're up.
For some reason, I thought that was addressed to me. It's like, why is this owl making
Oh,
me
sorry.
angry?
No.
I thought so too, and I was like, why would Cal be angry?
Sorry. Yeah, I mixed up my subjects
You
there.
be like, you know.
I'd say, Cal, based on where you are, you actually would also see it.
Can I dramatically reach for it?
Mm-hmm. That's why I told you could see it. I wanted you to do
Wilt's
that.
gasping. Thank you.
Cal, yes, you reach up, seeing what you know to be Timber's god.
Yeah. I roll. It's in the tree?
It's that building that's right behind you. It's like up on the roof.
Yeah.
Look.
Can I roll in that direction?
Yeah, you could use the disengage action to try to roll away.
I would very much like to do so. Yes.
Okay. So Cal starts to roll.
Also, he's busy eating.
That's true. You can see up above you. Seeing this owl has made him so mad. He's just feasting on the corpses of one of these men. But Cal, you start to roll away as maybe he would swipe at you, just seeing you kind of any movement around him. But Scarlet, you're looking down at Timber as he's feasting on one of these guards. It's the soldier's turn. I'm gonna roll to see if they're frightened and run away. Surprisingly sturdy. But they do start to back
As
away.
the soldiers of endurance would be.
They start to back away.
Hold the line, boys!
This guy, he's like, I'm gonna stay in front of this dead guy. And they all try to shoot their arrows at you, Timber, or Lugh. 2 of them hit. 1 of them is actually a natural 20.
Ooh. Do that damage.
So the first one is 12 points of damage. Second one is this is the natural 20, is 22 points of damage. The third one misses you, but this is like the first actual damage you've really taken that has been significant, as you're feasting and you're almost distracted from, and then you hear one fly above your head, but then they hit you, 2 hit you in the shoulder, one of them sinking deep, and is the only one you really feel. As you look up, and these soldiers are just like, oh shit. That is the soldier's turn. Scarlet, you're up.
Is there a door next to me?
There's a door about 15 feet behind you.
There's not one to the building, the burning building?
No, there's a there's a door to the building 15 feet behind you.
Oh, okay. I want
It's hard to see on the battle map, but there is a little door back there.
Yeah, I see it. I want to take Kieran's body and I want to drag him and I want to pull the both of us inside the burning building and when
You
if
only
I can,
have enough. You only have enough movement. Actually, if you dash,
You
you can
dash.
get both of you in. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to dash. And then just to protect him from the...
Luckily, it's the only part of the building not on fire right now.
Yeah, but still, just to protect him from the fire, I'm just going to position myself in a way and pray to God that Timber or Lugh was distracted enough that he
which
didn't
one?
see me go in there.
Okay. I'll allow you to have used the bonus action hide with that. So go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Along with
Oh, as well as take 5 points of necrotic damage.
Natural 20. with
Okay,
32.
Lugh, you are too distracted by your food. The Scarlet pull Huron away.
Mm-hmm.
Do you close the door, Scarlet?
Yeah. Quietly. As quietly as I can.
Okay. Lugh, you're up.
Still seeing these three guards in front of me. He's going to go for, just run towards them and go for the two that are next to each other.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a d6 just to see if you get your...
Oh yeah, my
your
thing back.
body
Thank you for that reminder. I do not. So I'm gonna attack. I don't get an advantage for this one.
No, you
but
don't, because they have...
it's a
But-
20. Yeah.
A 20 to hit? Yeah, that fucking hits.
Yeah.
Are you biting or clawing right now?
Clawing.
Okay, that's gonna hit both him and the guy next to him.
Yeah. They're wounded too, so.
Yes, they are. Yes, so they are pretty toast.
Yeah.
You know, you'd have to flop your roll
Yeah,
pretty significantly. not to
that's
kill
a
them.
28 damage to.
Yeah, how do you kill these two guys?
It's
Swipe.
it's just a one swipe across both their chests. And actually, the second guy in his momentum, he's going to, as that guy's going down, he's going to grab his leg and take it and try to bash the other guy next to him with his other
Yeah.
attack.
Absolutely.
That's a 19.
That will hit.
And that's oh wow, it's a lot less damage. But it's 14 points of damage.
Well, okay. For a second, I looked at it and I forgot that the modifiers aren't there. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's alive. No, he's not. how do you kill this guy with this guy's?
Oh yeah, no, I literally
Pause.
I literally take the guy who's bleeding out, who I have his leg now, and I start bashing the other guy with him until the guy that I'm bashing with just separates his thigh from his hip, and you watch as he goes off into the burning building, breaking the second floor window.
Yeah, Scarlet, you would see
Splash
this
of
guy's
blood.
body splatter through the glass of the window, and you'd see the body hit the back wall and slide down a blood streak.
And he's gonna wonder where his meal is, and he's gonna use Blood Mark on Kieran.
Give me... you know where he is.
I know exactly where he is.
Also, you know exactly where Scarlet is because of your blind sight for those who have been wounded.
Mm-hmm. And I'm done. And I'm gonna eat.
got a
I'm
natural
gonna eat
20.
nom noms.
Well, the soldiers are dead, so they are not... Doesn't matter. Okay. So, Cal, you are looking up at this owl. You're looking back down, and you just see Timber absolutely mutilating these Endurance soldiers. You can hear the fire ripping on the building that Scarlet is in. You look back up to the owl. Is there anything you want to say in this moment?
Yeah.
I think Cal's been a soldier long enough that he kind of has this deep ingrained expectation of death. And so I think he's going to just kind of sit up against the side of the wall of this house underneath the owl, preferably.
Mhm. Yeah, you can do that.
And he's going to cough some blood out. And he's going to look up at the owl. And he's going to say...
Try to put an owl there, but
Oh, look, there's a little owl there. If you're going to help, now might be a good time.
okay.
And to buy Scarlet some time, he's gonna raise his sword up and yell at Timber or Lugh. Where are you going? Hey, where are you looking?
Lugh
Come
turns
on,
around.
then! And then he's just gonna run at him and attack.
Go for it.
You're
You're
muted.
muted.
With all my nothing attacks left. But that's a natural 20.
Woo!
29.
All right, go ahead and roll damage. Nice.
This
I would
music
have me
is
roll double dice.
perfect.
So, 8 plus.
I
Four,
agree.
right?
Eight
Yeah,
Shannon.
plus.
plus
Do
seven.
this the first one. 8 plus 6 plus 7.
All right, 8 plus. I mean, it's not going to help because you fucking are god. So, 14, 21 damage.
21 damage. Nice. I keep looking down to mark something, but I'm not tracking anything right now. I'm just narrating.
Second one's
I
a
love
24
it.
to hit.
It's
Nice.
Max damage, 15 damage. And
Tell me.
he's
Right.
like, so Cal is. I'm not going to do it in the mic because it'll be too loud. He's like scream laughing, delirious, basically. Like he's not really totally in charge of his faculties.
Yeah,
as he
yeah.
just
You're
Lashing
in
wildly.
not a bloodlust, but a deathlust right now.
Yeah.
Anything else, Cal?
This, I mean, I don't know if it's mechanically good, but I would like try and tackle him at the end. To, like,
We
to
could
hold
say
him
that,
in
like,
place.
yeah.
Just
We
to,
won't do a
like-
mechanic for it, but we'll do it
Yeah.
like narratively. You've attacked him twice, kind of like feebly with your arm swinging and
Yeah.
using the weight of the sword more than your own strength. And then you kind of, in that last moment, try to grab at the legs. Timber, you don't even move, as he's just kind of trying to. It's very Captain America holding the fist of Thanos in Endgame or Infinity War. Scarlet, you do anything? It's your turn.
I have.
Where you are currently, you can't see any of this.
Yeah. I
You
have.
probably heard it though. I
Yeah.
yelled pretty
Yeah,
loud.
you heard Cal scream,
yeah.
and yeah, for sure.
All right.
You hear
for
the
move-
fire raging all around you and above you, as you can hear like beams starting to fall upstairs.
I try and move farther away from the door, just trying to get as far away from the door as we can. And I have half a healer's kit. I have 5 uses of it left. Is there anything I can do with it to either? There's nothing.
You can desperately try, but nothing will work because he's already dead. They only work to stabilize people.
You could run out
Okay.
the back and just run.
You could stabilize his arm that's gone.
That's true. I guess you could try to salvage as much of his arm as you could possible.
You could run back out in the field and grab his arm.
That's true. He didn't finish it.
I didn't finish his arm.
I try and wrap up his arm.
Okay. You begin to bandage up the wounds. Lugh.
After Cal having swiped on him and gotten pretty significant swipes, he's going to. I guess it could be a completing strength check, but he's going to try to grab Cal or like just push him to the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do a competing strength check on that. Because he has tackled you at this point. He's like around your waist, and you're just like trying to bring your hand down to crush him into the ground.
And again, that's athletics or strength?
Athletics, sorry. And remember, Cal, you still have 1 point of inspiration.
Oh, I used it immediately. When
Oh, I didn't. Okay, cool.
24 is
Can
my
I
athletics.
can I use my legendary thing to just automatically succeed?
As long as I get a little flavor for that.
Yeah. We'll allow that,
Yeah.
but give us some flavor with it.
Yeah. So Lugh is attempting to push you down to the, like, after you tackle, put one hand down under you and push you down to the ground and be on top of you.
Cal switches to I'm holding both of his hands, and he's like, "You are pushing me down. I am falling to my knees, but it's very slow and very dramatic."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you being crushed down
I'm
slowly,
like,
where
"Ah!"
it hurts worse.
like doing that, just desperate. My voice is just hoarse. It's not really a lot of sound coming out anymore.
There's blood spitting out of
everywhere.
your mouth as you're being slowly pushed down, and eventually, after a moment, fail and are knocked to the ground.
So Lugh is going to have, after you being down on the ground, you screaming, "You made me bleed. I like you." And he's going to slowly bite your
Or so.
no, I'm sorry. Oh
Shoulder.
my god.
Shoulder.
Your shoulder.
Clavicle.
I was going to say your clavicle, but that's the word I was looking for.
The clavicle area.
Yeah. And as he retches out in pain, Timur's going to release, or it's like Lugh's going to release and say, "You will be cured if you help me get out of this vessel." And
Feel
Timur is going to get up.
something entering your bloodstream as the wound hurts so much that you are moments away from falling unconscious.
And Timur's going to stand up and release Cal, and just start walking towards the building where Scarlet is.
Shout out to the Bush Boys.
I think
Shout out to
Cal.
the Dead Boys.
Not that it's my turn, but
You can respond, absolutely.
yeah. I don't think I can respond. I think I whimper in pain and retch blood everywhere, and it's just
Yeah.
I'm
Cal,
doing that thing
absolutely.
where my feet are scrambling on the ground because I don't know what to do with my body because it's everything's freaking out.
Yeah, you're trying to stand up and your feet are giving way as your body is releasing everything it can into your bloodstream to not only combat whatever thing that was just injected into you, but also just keep you standing, and you're just sort of like falling and trying to rise and barely able to lift the
And
blade.
it's almost like a sad moaning whimper. And he's just he can't figure out what to do, and he's just falling all over the place.
Absolutely. Okay. Scarlet, what do you want to do?
Can I hear him coming?
Yeah.
All right.
He's right outside the door. There's a wolf at the door, which is the name of this episode.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Knock,
I'm
knock,
going
open up the
to-
doors.
I'm going to.
Scarlet, go ahead.
Is there just any sort of room I can just push Kieran back into that's not on
He is
fire
in the
yet?
he is
He's
as
in the
far
corner,
in the
as
corner as
far-
he can be.
Fine.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I'm going to stand up. Well, first of all, that's 5 more points of damage, right?
Yep.
All right. She's gonna stand up, just clutching her shoulder and breathing really heavy, and stand up slowly. And she's going to have Lily wrap around her arm for that +1 AC. Have the hammer in the other hand. She's waiting. She's gonna protect Kieran.
Okay, so you're holding an action to attack when the door is open?
Mhm.
Okay. We are at the top of the initiative order on this round. Cal, I'll say right now, just because you were previously, or actually no, you weren't wounded. But just in this whole moment, I think you're falling unconscious right now. You fall down.
I think that's fair, Sean.
Cool. You collapse down as you're kind of looking back, upside down, seeing the world upside down with your head back like this as Timber is about to rip the door off its hinges. And you would look up and you would see the owl there. And it's kind of watching very carefully, ever occasionally like flapping its wings up, but it has not done anything yet.
As I go dark, the last shot is a point of view shot, and it's just my hand outstretched as it like slowly wavers around because I'm so weak, and then it's just darkness.
Yes. Timber, Lugh, you start to hear footsteps down one of the other alleys. Several soldiers, you presume, until you see them round the corner. And you see leading these soldiers, a very small band of them, is Governor Oriel Clay.
Yes. Do it.
With his sword out, glowing bright red. You recognize him, though he's the least familiar to you of all of these friends of Timber. What is your reaction?
So Timber would look at it as more. Sorry, Lugh would look at it more as interruptions to my delicate meal that I've been wanting for a while now, and so he knows exactly where his meal is. He can come back whenever. He's going. Damn it, Stefan.
No, that was Winston.
Oh, it's not Stefan!
That was Clay.
Oh my God!
Shout out to the
Yeah, shout out to the Bush Boys. Yeah, there you go.
Boys.
Anyway. Oh, there we go.
It's only me.
So yeah, he's going to take care of his distractions so he can have a nice quiet meal.
Excellent. You would look over and you would see Clay kind of looking. He's looking around. He's looking for someone. He's probably looking for the heroes that he is coming to help. As he sees Cal on the ground, and you would see at this point the owl quickly turns and looks to Oriel, and then outstretches its wings and flutters towards you, Lugh. And it lands directly on your arm so you can look at it. And you're staring into those infinite eyes that show the constellations in it, and you almost feel lost in them, because you can then see the reflection of Timber in those eyes.
He stares at it with while holding his head.
You feel your power waning, Lugh. As it feels like, to you at least, the owl's presence is growing and growing, as it looks like darkness starts to eat up the horizon around the owl, as you could just hear the sounds like that time in the woods. You know, you've only been in control one time before in the woods, and the same fucking owl stopped you.
He's going to just after this, after holding his, he's going to just slam on his arm like a mosquito.
And as you do, your claw goes through the owl like smoke as it turns into smoke and feathers, and then all of that sifts right into your chest through what the wounds that the Wayward Five have put into you, as you can feel horrifying pain, horrifying pain as your strength wanes slowly and surely. You drop down to the ground, claws digging into the dirt, digging into your own skin as the spines begin to break off of you and turn to ash. Your claws retract back into your fingers. Your teeth shrink. You shrink down. You feel unbearable amounts of exhaustion and pain.
He's screaming the entire time. Yeah.
As Lugh is growling and screaming into the night, and you feel, Lugh, you feel yourself sinking down back into Timber's subconscious, into Timber's spirit, as in that moment the eyes blink and open back up to blue. Timber, you've returned to your body. There's nothing but blood all around you, up your arms, coating your fur, sticky, warm. As you can sense the corpses all around you, as you look around and you see Cal's unconscious body, you can see all the soldiers you just murdered. You see Oriel at the end of the road. And that's where we're going to take our break. All right, folks. We will be back in 5 minutes, so please stick around with us to see the aftermath of Timber's bloody, bloody rampage. We'll see you shortly.
Well done, everyone.
Welcome back, everybody, to Advantage in Paradise. We have just concluded a somewhat horrific fight with Lugh, a demon wolf that has been embodying our friend Timber. Timber has just regained his consciousness and power over his body. Scarlet, you would hear outside that horrifying growling and screaming of Lugh, and then you would hear it all go dead silent immediately as you hear the footsteps of soldiers down the street. Timber, you're horrified at what you see.
I imagine just the exhaustion and the shock of what just happened, he'd probably pass out.
Yeah, I'd say Timber, at this point, you have at least you have 2 levels of exhaustion right now.
Oh, okay.
Have you guys ever seen Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah.
You know, after Anakin chops off Mace Windu's hand, and
Yes.
he goes, "What have I done?" Like, you know, in a Hayden Christensen voice. That's what you should be.
What have I done?
Better director.
You know what? I'm gonna bump that exhaustion up a little bit more. Actually,
Okay.
you have 4 levels of exhaustion.
Okay.
Damn.
It's a lot of. I don't even know what that does.
Good luck trying to get rid of that.
Oh, hit point maximum is halved. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
But
Has
but
it
you
been
are
3 hours yet, Sean?
no, it's been like 30 seconds.
Would I have heard like him fall over outside?
Yeah, you'd hear him fall to the ground.
Okay. I would like to inch open the door very cautiously and peer out.
You would see Timber like almost like hyperventilating on the ground, exhausted, but you would see the blue eyes. You would see Cal's body behind him.
God. Okay. Is the fire?
Corpses of 6 guards, or soldiers.
Actually, I think it's 5 guards and a leg, because one body, I believe, went flying.
Yep, actually, no, you're right. You're right. It is. It's 5. Yeah, it's 5 bodies and a leg, and one that's in there with you.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Seeing that Timber's not a threat anymore, I'm gonna open the door further, drag Kieran out of the burning building, and look around for anybody that is still standing.
You would see Governor Clay with a few of the soldiers that were meant to protect him inching forward because they don't really know the state of Timber right now. All they see is a werewolf, and strewing bodies of corpses all around him.
Am I still taking damage?
Yes, you will take damage until you are healed.
Alright, well.
How much
done.
health do you have? You drag Huron outside, and you look up and see Timber. Timber, you see the mangled body of Huron, missing an arm. It's wrapped up very loosely in bloody wrappings.
I did my best, alright?
Yeah, I know. And you look at Scarlet, and she looks you in the eye. Do you say anything, Scarlet? Quick. It has to be quick. Okay.
Just
What do you look like? Do you look shocked? What is your expression on your face?
shocked.
She looks at you with wide eyes, almost surprised to see you, as she grasps at the wound in her chest and collapses in front of you unconscious.
Oh.
Timber is very shook and not reactionary at all. He has no idea what's going on, I imagine. I'm guessing.
Yeah, you don't have any memory of any of this.
Um,
The last thing you remember is dying beneath the wings of the demon.
Timber is going to, like, just very, like, because he's just, like you said, he's exhausted. he's going to try his best to be quick about getting his healing potion. He's going to be like taking out his alchemy kit and like just being messy and just like, where is there it is, and then he's going to try to feed her a potion.
Give me a dexterity
Sure.
saving throw at disadvantage.
Oh, sorry. I'll roll another one. There it is. That's a nice 12 for you. Got a nice 24.
What was the second? What was the second one?
It was a 12.
Okay. How many healing potions do you have?
I should have. Hold on. I gotta pull it back up. I'm sorry. I have. Oh, you're gonna let me get rid of my best ones. I have 3 greater healings and 2 regular healings.
Okay. Roll me a d4.
Okay.
This is a d4 plus 1 roll.
Okay. Damn it. Why do I keep doing this myself? Sorry. I keep losing my page for some stupid reason. Stupid reason. Oh, there's Gorthy. I miss Gorthy.
You just were.
I know. No, I already miss her. Okay, D4, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Boop, boop. That is a 1. Woo! 3 gone!
Yes. Three of those potions shatter on the ground as you're fumbling to get one to heal Scarlet, get one to heal Scarlet, and one to heal Cal.
Yeah, and he tries his best to feed both of them.
Okay, so you kind of stumble up and you feebly reach into your pouches and you're kind of trying to cipher through all your potions, and you drop 3 of the potions and they just shatter on the ground. The glowing red energy, the fluid on the ground, bleeding through the cobblestone as the red glow of it just vanishes as they are done for. And then you are able to feed both Cal and Scarlet each a healing potion, which cures Scarlet of her wound and also brings them back to consciousness. So go ahead and roll those. As you're kind of crawling around feeding them, 2 of them, Clay, seeing you helping, who he views as your allies, now calms down and sheathes his sword and starts to approach. Wiswick, you're still in the bushes. No one knows you're there.
Shout out to the boys in the bush!
Bush boys, yeah.
Bush boys! Sorry.
So, what did you heal them for?
Oh, well, it depends what I had. It doesn't matter. Let's say 2 graders. I had more of those.
Okay.
I don't know what the greater one is.
4d4 plus 4, I think.
4d4 plus 4. I'm just gonna do 48 and then just have it, just for fun. It's just easier. All right, so that's 12 points each. Well, sorry, that's 16 points each.
Okay, so as the healing liquid is fed to the 2 of you, you feel your wounds start to slowly close, but not completely. As you both come back to consciousness, Scarlet, you awaken. Cal, you were well on your way to dying, and you kind of come awake, shocked, coughing up blood, as you feel most of your wounds closing. The wound on your shoulder, however, seems to be receiving no healing effect to it. But Scarlet, you're no longer wounded, and you're both alive now, although I'll say you both have 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay. That's fair.
Timber's like falling over, like I think he's gonna fall on a puddle of blood on his side.
Absolutely.
Scarlet opens her mouth several times to try to say something, but no words come out.
You see Clay comes rushing up to Timber and Scarlet and Cal, who kind of, I imagine you 3 of you are kind of huddled together right now, all feebly trying not to just be doing, death angels in the blood. As he leans down immediately, as the soldiers all come rushing around, some of them particularly run over to Caliph and lift him up and try to sit him up and start to tend to his wounds. And Clay looks down to you all. What happened here? Where is... And then you see he looks over and sees Kieran.
Yeah, Cal is trying to point. Like, over there. Look over there.
And you see Clay immediately, he stops paying attention to you at all and rushes over to Kieran's body. The soldiers start to help you all up to sit up, and each of them are trying to, like, two to each of you, trying to lift you up onto your feet to bring you away. Clay is just kind of looking at Kieran's body. His hand is on his chest now, where there's wounds bleeding out where the armor has been ripped open. Take them back to the barracks and see to their wounds. Where's Wiswick?
In the hedgerow behind the church.
he nods to his remaining guards, who go searching for the deeply unconscious Wiswick.
Wait, I want to be here when he wakes up. Please.
He may not wake up.
I want to be here.
I will bring him to...
No. I want to be here.
You are not strong enough to be out here. Take her. Take them. I will see to you all soon. I promise.
Cal is stumbling with his escorts.
I don't know how effective it's going to be, but I want to stay.
Give me a athletics check with disadvantage. DC 16. If you fail, you're gonna fall unconscious.
Yep. I'm
In pain.
unconscious. I rolled a 9.
So you attempt to break out of the soldier's grasp, and they're not exactly like holding on to you in a way to like you're not in prison. So they kind of try to hold on to you, but they also don't want to hurt you, and you end up falling.
Yep.
And like kind of hitting the ground, kind of like maybe like reaching out. The last thing you see is Clay just kind of examining Kieran's wounds as you go unconscious.
That's fair.
Wiswick, they fish you out of the bushes. And you're all brought back to the barracks. In the middle of the courtyard, Clay is alone, save one of his guards, as he's just staring down at Kieran's body, checking the wounds, and he at first pumps a few healing spells into him, but of course to no avail. He manages to seal some wounds, but it's only affecting the flesh and not the spirit. As he just drops his head into his hands. Closing his eyes tight as he begins to pray quietly. He opens his eyes and looks up and sees a black owl bearing down at him from across the way. As he stares up at it, he nods to the soldier. Help me pick him up. There's still something in there we can save. As they lift your body up, Kieran, start to carry you back to the barracks. Each of you are essentially brought to the medical wing of the barracks, where you're all laid down on tables as they begin to suture your wounds, do whatever they can to fix you up. Scarlet, you are unconscious. Cal, they start to clean your wounds, and your whole body is numb, save for the torn flesh on your shoulder. That just is burning hot. So painful that you'd rather be unconscious right now. Do you want to try to stay conscious, or are you going to give in to the shock? Cal.
Tim?
Sorry.
I thought you said timber. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Did I say timber, or did I say Tim?
No, you said
You
Cal.
said
Okay.
Cal.
All right, yeah, Cal.
Oh wow, I did not hear that at all. No. Well, yeah, I guess I'll try to stay generally conscious, but only because like I feel like I have things to check out.
Yeah, give me a Constitution saving throw. It's not a super hard DC. DC 14.
I don't make it.
Okay. So you are fighting to stay awake as you look and see. I see the last thing you see is them carrying Kieran's corpse into the same room. But they carry it past the room and into a back room.
Okay, and I'm gonna
As
go
you
to bed,
fall.
buddy. Then.
And then you go to Betty Bye. Timber, you are still awake, and you are just exhausted. You don't actually have any wounds other than the small wounds from the fight, and they do start to suture those up. But you are, though exhausted, awake through the process, as you can see them attempting to keep Scarlet and Caliph alive.
Timber is gonna just be like, don't worry about me. And he's gonna try to get up and I need to get far away.
You need to rest. You need to rest.
I need to
Whatever attacked you out there, it's brutal.
get far away.
No. And they kind of try to keep you down as you see them carrying in what you can very clearly tell is the dead body of Duran. And the unconscious body of Wiswick, for all you know, is dead, but it's hard to tell right now.
Timber's gonna. Where's Kieran's body?
Huron, so essentially there's, you are all kind of in different beds in this room. It's a very small, tightly packed medical wing, and they're carrying Timber past. He's really close to you. He's really honestly only like 10 feet away from you, as you see Oriel and soldiers carrying him into the back room.
Timber's gonna try to get over there.
All right, so as you kind of are trying to push off of them, they're going to only attempt once to keep you down.
Okay.
So give me an athletics check.
You got it. Oh wow. Okay.
What'd you get?
21.
Oh, wow, fucking.
It was a nice one, and then it went whoop.
Yep. All right, well, you are able to kind of like, they do almost kind of keep you down, but they realize like, they realize like you are not nearly as hurt as the others, and as you're getting up, they're essentially just kind of like, it's not worth it.
Tend to the others.
As they go over to tend to Cal and Scarlet and Wiswick. You walk into the back area where you see, this is somewhat of like an office space, like an administrative space. You actually can kind of tell that it's probably where Oriel was staying. It's larger, it has some amenities in it, but all you see is that they've knocked off everything off of the desk, and then Kieran's body is now on the desk. And you can see all the rags covered in blood on his severed arm, the flesh ripped open on his chest, the chainmail ripped apart. What do you do?
Timber's going to, hobble over to Kieran's body and take a knee before the table.
What did this?
I believe I did this.
You see Clay's eyes was ordinarily like staring directly down at Kieran, and he's like kind of like holding Kieran's head up. And he looks quickly to you. What does that mean? These are your friends. How would you... How could you be doing? How could you have done this? It was the demons, right? It was the demons.
Focus on getting him alive. And Timber's gonna just very crappily look through his potions, not seeing anything of any use. But yeah, try to think of something he could do.
See, Clay is just sort of like focusing and looking and kind of Clay is in as much shock as you all are. He looks nervously up at you, Timber, and then back down to Curon. Is he the chosen one?
He is the chosen one. I've witnessed it.
I will do as I must. You see, he'll now kind of kneel down, or like he pulls a chair up and he sits and he's holding his hands on Curon's head. As you see, he closes his eyes and begins to whisper prayers beneath his breath. As you can see, the chain around his necklace, or the chain on his necklace, the amulet begins to glow. The skull and the fire burn, and a real flame erupts around it. As you can see, these streaks of red energy, kind of like when you saw the spiritual streaks fleeing Curon's body when Maya stole his soul. You see these red streaks start to come off of Clay and into Curon's body.
As a additional, I see what he's doing. I don't know what he's performing, but Timber's going to pray to Astraeus and hold one hand. I don't know if you'll allow me to do this, or if it'll help at all. It probably won't, but can I exhaust all my key points to try to move his blood and stuff like that? I don't know if I can.
I will allow whatever nonsense you just said to happen.
Okay. to maybe make him less exhausted.
I will say absolutely. I will need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Saving throws are at disadvantage.
Oh, they are. Thank you. Well, the first one was an 8, so I'll take an 8.
Okay, so you start. Are you concentrating your key into Curon or
into
Clay?
Curon?
Curon. Okay, cool. So as Clay is performing this ritual, you would lean forward and almost fall to your own one knee by the table and lay your hand out over the wounds you gave Curon and start to concentrate, praying to Astraeus as you exhaust the key within you into Curon. You find yourself growing weaker and weaker. As the last thing you see is you look over to Clay, and you can see subtly that he's rapidly aging. And you go unconscious with a 5th level of exhaustion.
All right.
Huron. Let's change this music up. It's too peaceful for a day.
That is what some call me. Others call me the dead guy.
Has
But
it
no
been
one.
3 hours yet, Sean?
But I am no bush boy. That's for the bush boys are a sacred lot.
Huron,
Yes.
you begin to feel a similar feeling to the last time you died.
Ah, I remember this.
A somewhat endlessness, darkness. But this time, no light comes. You don't open your eyes in the back of a donkey in a field to see your old friend Hadric. You feel yourself floating endlessly in a void. Some deeper in between. And then you'd find your feet slowly touch down and stone beneath them. You feel excruciating pain throughout your body. Remnants of what you last felt. You hear the burning sounds of the village fade behind you. You see the dimly lit black owl of Straeus flying out into the darkness. You are giving off a dim light yourself, so you can see the ground at your feet. What would you like to do?
So sorry, my audio is horrendous right now. So you said that my feet touched stone.
Yes.
An owl has flown where?
Ahead of you, directly ahead of you.
I will slowly but surely follow the path of the owl.
As you follow the path of the owl, step after step, you feel the pain leaving your body. And slowly you start to forget where you are at first. This is familiar to you. The disillusionment, the weirdness of death, where you feel your memories loosen in your mind. Like any moment they'll vanish or be buried somewhere. But this all begins to come back together as you're conscious. In this moment, your consciousness refocuses. As you can see kind of dancing around you is these red spectral lines start to go into your body. As you can feel life again. Slowly but surely, your soul is being sutured back together. The energy is foreign to you. This is not the guiding light of Ilyvania. This is someone else's life essence entering your body.
Sorry, what?
Someone else's essence, someone else's soul. They are breaking their own soul to revive your soul. And suddenly, light starts to come up as these little spiritual tendrils ignite the room, and you see these tall pillars that look ancient, eternal, made of a strange, dull green stone that has a shimmer to it. Almost like the green granite of a church. They raise up, possibly tall, into an open ceiling, round ceiling, where you see up above stars, but what mostly takes up this skyline above you is a large black hole with an accretion disk of light around it, swirling in the impossible distance. There are several layers to this, what now you can see is a tower with a hollowed center leading up to this view of the sky. There are some fallen pillars here and there. This place is so ancient. You see vast statues that are ruined by the weathering of time. As you step forward, you see that there are stairs that descend into the center of this tower, where you would see a pool of blood. Do you step down?
Is there anywhere else for me to go?
There is kind of, so I guess the way I'll describe the whole kind of chamber, there is kind of a mezzanine that encircles this lower area where there's Bly the Stone mezzanine that goes back, and on the opposite side of the room comes down to a set of steps that lead down into this area. Beyond those steps is a very large vestibule, dark, where as if there was once a vast gate there, but now it's just a shadowy arch where the darkness doesn't look unnatural. It looks because this place is not that well lit. The light is really only pillaring down from the black hole above, the accretion disk of the black hole.
So Curon will start heading towards those stairs. And as he's like circling this area, he goes, "Hello? Who's brought me here?"
You see the pool of blood begins to writhe a little, and you see it almost being dragged to the center of this spot as a figure starts to pierce the skin of the pool, almost like something being risen up through a curtain, as it all starts to rest onto the body of this individual. As you can see this now cloaked, almost skeletal man, his skin taut so closely to his bones that he mistake him for bones. The hood just hiding his face, as you can see two very tiny red lights there. As he holds these two hands out, essentially he has kind of a crimson shawl over him. Welcome, mortal soul. It's been very long since we've had a visitor. Very long since we've had a soul here. Welcome to the court of Didact Zendariel. Her Grace, Dawn Mother, Lady of Blood and Water, Didact of Blood, one of 9 in the diadem. You are graced to be in her presence, for her to judge your soul.
Such a great honor to meet the fabled Zendariel. And who are you?
I am Karkov, voice of Zendariel, Castellan to her grace. Are you ready, mortal soul?
I'll ever be.
He puts his arms out like this, and you see his form sink into the pool of blood. You would hear from the darkness beyond the pillar footsteps coming in. And you'd hear a deep, echoing voice, strong, womanly voice. You're not here to be judged. Only here for a moment as my servants draw you back. You would see the form coming out of the darkness, robes that look too heavy for the form bearing them, mingled with all sorts of gold and red filigree that looks heavy, almost like a shawl of chain that's over her shoulders. She's must be at least 20 feet tall. You can see no arm. You can't see one of her arms, but the other one is outstretched, holding a very tall, thick staff that has these etchings in it that go all the way across the entire thing, covered in runic script that is familiar to you, as it's somewhat like the runic script you saw in the the burial mounds in Tressex. The hand holding it is a skeletal arm with flesh slewing off of it. As you can see, underneath the shawl of chain is a skull, decrepit and ancient, cracking in places, with dirtied bandages that cover the eyes. As you can see, this vast kind of decorative golden circlet that kind of goes all around her head like a halo, almost depicted in art. Horns that come out from the head forward as if they were at one time a circle themselves, but have been broken in the center to create devil horns from what was likely a halo at once. As she steps forward, she smashes the staff down on the ground twice. As you can see at the top of it, a very loud, it sounds almost like a gong as she hits the ground, as a flame bursts at the top, bright and white. And in that light, flesh is given to the bones. As you see a youthful, beautiful, strong woman standing there, still wrappings around her eyes, long, white hair, this somewhat darker skin, but youthful and smooth, and these great angelic wings that appear at her back. 6 of them that appear at her back. She steps
Now
closer
that's-
towards you.
So as that happens, Kieran was going to say something, and then that happened. So he goes, "Now that's more of what I was expecting. With a name like the Everflame, I thought there'd be more fire."
The titles of mortals, a gift to us gods, are not concerns of mine. Only the judgment of souls that come here, based on my oaths from the conflict. And you are the first in a very long time, Huron.
Sorry, I did not catch the end of.
You are the first in a very long time, Huron.
Well, let me start by saying it's an honor to be graced by your presence. Though at the same time, I must say, a little disappointed. I've just come from the battlefields of Duras. Are you familiar?
I know the land.
People that worship you, yes.
Yes.
And currently fighting them are humans from the empires of Oxlenndish, who also, to my knowledge, worship you. And while these two forces fight both in your name, you do what? Judge the dead as they come? Why not stop it? What are you doing here, Everflame? When your people, your worshippers, fight amongst themselves, why are you here judging the dead when you should judge the living before they die?
It's hard to see much expression in her face, especially with her eyes concealed. You do notice as you're sort of somewhat, confidently approaching, confidently addressing, you hear the sounds of skittering above. As you might look up and see in those pillared and the several mezzanine layers above you, you see creatures coming out, interested in what's happening, and they all look demonic until they're within the light of her staff, when they turn to a celestial version of their demonic form. Mortals pretend to know the cosmos, pretend to know what happens in this great purpose. I've fought for mortals for years, and they don't stop killing each other. I have sought the salvation of your kind, but they don't stop killing each other. I've seen too much of war, and I know the fanatical voices of religion in your world. I do not want to be worshipped. I do not want
Want it or
anything
not.
to do with your plane of existence.
Sorry, I didn't catch that last part.
I don't want anything to do with your plane of existence.
Well, they did not get that memo. Because as I stated, right now there's two nations at war. An entire city burned in the name of your and you do nothing? Your power propels those. And I believe their faith powers you. You can't turn a blind eye. It's simply irresponsible.
You see, she starts to step down towards you now. As you can see, that large 20-foot giant form begins to shrink down to a regular humanoid size. As she looks down to you, or not down to you, looks directly at you now. I have been here for a long time, Huron. I have seen war after war, cosmic and not. I once ferried those innocents who died, and I saw their fate in Elysia. I saw what us Celestials did to your world, and I suffered for it. I was cast here to become a didact. And when the Wayward One came, I fought for your kind, despite all the divines had done to me. I am not like your other conservators, mortals unready for divinity. They wander the astral sea in a madness, unable to hold their own power. On your plane, there are only few who know me righteously. One pulls you back now. Those two nations do not worship me, they worship a usurper.
They worship who?
A usurper.
So then, as the Ashkeeper in Tressex, is it the work of the Pallid King? Does he pull their strings in Oxlend?
You see, she smashes the staff down again, and the flame goes out. And you watch as the walls begin to vanish and fade as she's changing the scene. The ground beneath you lifts up, and you're raised up, and you see her world now. And you see a strange land that surrounds this tower. You can see all of these demons now, fiends, not unlike the ones that killed you, standing in audience around her. You see homes, though. You see villages. You see fields that seem to, in flux, go between celestial and hellish. Fires that fade to trees and then back to fire. As you look up and see the space above, darkness and that black hole, the abyss. You begin to understand that she is the leader of one of the hells.
By the crescent. What are you? What does it mean to be a didact? I have not heard this before. Or have I, Sean?
No, hellish knowledge is not well known in the world. A lot of it was destroyed after the conflict. Like you said, and she's the skull now. You see the skull, the voices emanating from no moving mouth. You just see the eyes, the points of light that are her eyes now. Like you said, there are supposedly those who worship me, but the reality is few do. And you're not wrong. I, like any others that hold manifestation, are fueled by mortal faith. We are created. And at one time I could just be another cursed fiend. But I took within me the Dawn Mother. And this light shoots across as these demons turn back into celestial forms. The whole land converts to somewhat of a paradise. And I can barely keep these souls comforted here with that faith. I choose to keep them from oblivion.
This Curon kneels and bows to her, and saying, head bowed, I apologize, Zendariel. My words were uncalled for. It's just things I've seen. People, my friends, the death, the destruction. I so dearly want to blame it on someone. And right now, it's hard to know just who to blame.
Mortals strive for some justice in this world. The only justice, the only right acts, the only good must come from you. For we are what you make us. Whatever is coming for your world, I have seen it. And I struggle here, unable to do much.
Is there anything? Please, Zendariel, I beseech you. My world needs your help, now more than ever. You came to our aid, and I understand it took a lot from you. When the Wayward One assaulted before. But his machinations continue. His worm almost finished consuming the Ashkeeper. The Feywild crumbles. The walls between planes are so very thin. You see the tears constantly. We need your help. Anything you can give. Please.
And you see the rags that cover her eyes begin to fade away as you can see empty sockets there that slowly the light of her eyes comes in. And she seems to almost be looking around as if looking for something, blind probably to her immediate surroundings. I am sorry, mortal soul, for how much more you are going to suffer.
I'll suffer as much as I have.
Go ahead.
I'll suffer as much as I have to save my realm.
I have already put what I can in your path.
Then I thank you.
Be careful. The fate of the world is in mortal hands, not the gods. As you feel your soul start to be pulled back to life.
Is there nothing else you can tell me? Anything? Information? Please.
And you see she kind of looks again past you. The world is thin and broken. In the mountains you call the Chromatis hinterlands lays a graveyard of a past civilization.
God fucking damn it.
Within that, he lost connection right in that moment, I think, and he saw it happen as he gets pulled back to life.
Woo! Well,
Can we just say that you killed him and like the Everflame was just like,
and
yeah, fuck
that's
it, you're
you
gone.
fucking- yep. Oh,
Yeah, right.
well,
I'm so sorry.
It's all good. We saw you panic at the loss of connection.
Oh,
The last we
Everything's
heard
good.
we
Don't worry
heard
about
you go, God damn it, and then you disappeared.
my apologies. Yeah, because it went in the lanes you call the Chromantis hinterlands, and I was like, go on? Yes?
And then it all froze.
Yeah.
She said there is a graveyard of a past civilization, a sin. It is there that the world is weakest.
Am I still there?
I'll give you one more thing you can say.
As he's getting sucked back, he goes, my goddess, Iluvania, what do you know? Is she... her plane? Is it okay?
She seems to look down in sorrow as the wrappings reform around her eyes. And she seemed to be using some kind of, planar vision to see beyond. I am sorry for how much more you are going to suffer, mortal. As you feel your spirit, fade away.
No, I'm not done yet.
No. And as you open your eyes, it's blurred vision as you can see the torchlight in a familiar room. And then you see above you look up and you see the face of Governor Clay. But it looks as though he's aged about 15 years. His hair has grown gray.
Continue, sorry.
His hair's grown gray. You see, smile lines and just wrinkles starting, but not, he looks properly middle-aged now. a little dimness in his eyes.
Huron goes to reach up with his right hand.
It's not there.
He takes it in stride and switches to his left to just cup Oriel's face. I imagine tears are starting to leak down his face. As he says, "She was so beautiful." He passes out.
Okay. So, you have been successfully resurrected. Cost of much of Oriel's life force. He only has a certain number of those before he just dies. You pass into an unconscious state where you do not dream, you only are in darkness. All of you now are unconscious. The Wayward Five, broken but living, surviving. You will not wake, or you awaken staggers. Wiswick is the first to awaken. You are all kept in the same room, though. Each of you on your own individual bed, stabilized, sleeping off some of your exhaustion. The person who's actually in the best health is Wiswick. He is certainly somewhat still tired and wounded, but he, for the most part, is going to have the quickest recovery. Wiswick, you would wake up in this hospital wing, essentially, where you can see there are there's only like one other person in there who seems to be keeping an eye on all of you, sitting at the table at the far end. Essentially, it's like a long room with I'll say 8 beds in it. You can see bloodied sheets and buckets of rags with bloodied water in it. You see sutures. You see all manner of medical supplies. And you awaken, just comfortably in a bed. Like, they didn't need to suture any of your wounds because your peri tended to them, but you can see, you can feel aching in your chest from where you were struck by the demon, and you would, if you were to check, seeing a gnarly scar across your chest.
What happened? Are my friends okay? Why is there a leaf in my mouth?
You see the person immediately kind of looks up and rushes over. For you, the first person to wake up of the group. They come to your side and they say, you must rest now. You've all suffered greatly, but your friends, they're okay. They're okay. Look. And they'll point, and you can see right next to you is Timber. Beyond Timber is Scarlet. Beyond Scarlet is Cal. And then you would see across on the other side, on his own, is Kieran. Last thing you remember is Kieran being dead.
Yeah.
You see the very pained raising and lowering of his chest. Kieran, you also have 4 levels of exhaustion. He just...
How? Kieran survived? What happened?
Still trying to get up. Wiswick's kind of just like
Yeah.
forcing himself.
And you see, like, they immediately kind of like take your pillow and put it behind you to help you sit up, because they know they're not going to keep you down. Governor Clay did something. He was in there for hours with the body.
He's just grabbing his head and just like trying to fight his way through the pain, and he keeps trying to get up, but like
No, you need to rest still. You're not in nearly as bad shape as your friends, but you suffered greatly in the fight.
What about the demons? What about the
Not-
portal?
Not to mention someone very unceremoniously threw you in the bushes, it seems.
Probably for the best, honestly.
The demons are gone. You fought them off, and the soldiers finished what was left. Some fled into the mountains, but we have soldiers hunting them. It's been a few days.
I guess the cave-in worked then.
The cave.
Find. Yeah, go find somebody important. You know, somebody military or something. I got information.
Yes, of course. Stay in your bed, rest. You see, they take and hand a drink over to you, water. Here. You must be famished as well. I'll send food as well.
Yeah, Wizard just tries to drink slowly.
Yeah, you're holding back a cough as you're kind of bringing it in, as all your ribs are bruised and your chest is in a lot of pain. And this person does wander off. And you kind of stay, you're alone in there for quite a while, maybe about a half hour. So you're just sort of trying to keep the water down and looking and seeing all your friends' bodies.
Instead of talking myself, because I know that it struggles, like it's a struggle, I cast message, and I just, even if they're unconscious, I target like each one of my friends and like give them a brief like thing, like
Hang in there, guy. We'll get through this.
whoever that may be.
Ma'am! Bathroom!
Look, it's really hard to do the wizard voice while hurt.
You are able to get a message into the minds of your friends, whether they hear them or not, you don't know, but you're comforted that you're able to speak with them at all, even telepathically. A little bit later, someone does come and gives you a little bit of food. It's really just kind of like mashed veggies and potatoes to try to help you keep it down. And then eventually you see the person returns, and you see behind her is Governor Clay. He comes rushing up to your side, actually, and puts a hand on your shoulder and says, Master Netherrock, I'm glad to see you awake.
Glad to see you too. What happened? How is Kieran alive? What happened to you?
Yeah, you would notice that he looks like he's 45 now. You see he really his smile fades, and he actually looks past you to Timber for a moment, and then looks back down to you and says, you were able to fight off the incursion to great cost to you all, and through her grace I was able to bring Kieran back from the edge. But this was the cost. But it was important to see him return.
You gave up your life just to save one of my friends? You barely know us.
Well, like I have said to Timber before, right action is the way of life, the way of water and fire, the way of my goddess and the gods. I did my part. I have attempted to rescue as many as I can out there, but that... The medic says that you have information.
Yes, sorry. It's just so much, It's crazy how... I mean, I guess I should just get straight to the point. We found, before they attacked the village, we found the summoning portal that the demon had created. Kieran wasn't able to close it magically, so I had to figure out some other method, and I buried it in the earth. It was in a cave, you see, so it was a simple process. It didn't take very long. We defeated the Guardians, and it seemed to be sealed, but I can't guarantee that this won't happen again until it's for sure
Yes.
over.
Where was this cave?
I portray
Yeah,
the
you can
details.
get. Yeah, you can
I
give
can
the
I can even
details.
show him a map if it's like
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah, no, you're able to recount the details. Myself and Arcos Rencia will see to it. Rest now, you've earned it.
What was that look? I'm sorry, but you were staring at Timber for a second there. Did he do something wrong?
No. Like the rest of you, he suffered a lot from this fight. Rest now, Master Netherrock.
Wiswick just leans back, looking a little bit more at ease. Now that he's gotten that off his chest, and looks around to his side for the arcane core.
The arcane core is here. You would see that they have gathered your stuff, and it's all in the side of the room. You know, all of you are in like the plainest of clothes. Like you have none of your armor on. It's all been taken off of your body, your weapons, everything is all on a table on the other side of the room. And you would see kind of underneath like some of the clothes and armor, you could just see the glittering of the core.
Wiswick just leans back with his eyes closed and says,
That's good. We made it. We saved the town, right? Everything's fine.
and then he says in Snurvneblin to the core specifically, like other people might understand it, but he says, he keeps repeating it. He says,
We made it. You did good. We made it.
as he like kind of just like not really falling asleep, but just like trying to relax himself to keep his strength up. Yeah, going in and out.
Absolutely. Wiswick, you kind of you drift to sleep. You try to eat some, but eventually you just fall back to sleep and rest till it's in the middle of the night that you're awoken. And it's the pained groans and screams of Cal. As you can see, several medics are trying to hold him down, and they're attempting to clean and suture a wound on his shoulder that won't heal. And he's not in a conscious state. He's in a delirious pain, you know, as if he's having night terrors. Cal, give me a Constitution saving throw.
That'd be a 15.
Okay. At the end of this, you are able to kind of, through your Constitution, fight off whatever is hurting you. You slowly fall back asleep as Wiswick, you would hear them kind of whispering over his body as he slowly falls back to sleep. You'd hear one of them be like, I sutured it this morning. It split open. We've had him restrained. He couldn't even move about. There's no way this could... It's not infected either. It's clean. There's no issues there. And they just continue to kind of whisper about this as you kind of look over. You're very tired and weak right now, but you've heard this kind of happen.
Everybody's laughing because Tim's
Yeah,
doing
you all
some
can't
great
see it,
roleplay
but
right
Tim
now.
is doing some amazing role play. He is in his bed. But you slowly fall back to sleep, keeping an eye over there. The next day, Wiswick, you would awaken, but Scarlet, you would be the next to come to consciousness. As the morning light bleeds in through the window, your eyes feebly open up as you feel, your entire body is aching. You're still exhausted. You still have that one level of exhaustion, but you're back conscious now. It means that rests after this will remove exhaustion.
Cool.
You open your eyes, and it's it's that sort of like pillar of dim light from the long dark sky. So it's kind of got this amber color to it, even though it's morning. And this place is dim, other than some scuttling torches. As you would kind of try to lean up, but the pain is too great. But you look around and you would see your wound on your chest. Or across your kind of clavicle and down into your chest is been sutured up, but it's a horrendous scar, and it is the 3 long claw marks that have made it, and 1 short one from his pinky.
His pinky. Yeah.
But it is, they're each probably an inch thick, and they are sutured up, but they are pretty progressed in the healing because of the healing potion Timber gave you.
Mm-hmm.
But you still feel a dull aching all across your shoulder and down your arm. As you can look around, and you would see to your right is Cal in a bed. To your left is Timber in a bed. Beyond Timber is Wiswick. Across from you is Curon.
Can I see that he's breathing?
You can see pained breathing going up and down Curon's chest.
Just like that.
You would also be able to see that he is missing his right arm.
Welcome to the club. You don't know what it feels like.
Except he gave it. He sacrificed his DM token to get you your arm back.
He did. I already used mine before we even started. Sorry.
No, she used hers. She already used hers.
I did.
Way back when.
Wait, session
it
0.
sounded like you said I haven't even used mine, which would have been just. Because it doesn't matter. You see Timber. You see everyone here. You see there's one medic in the room. What do you do?
First question: the scars that are across here, did they interfere with the other ones that were on my clavicle, or is it on the other side?
Which side were your clavicle scars?
Fuck.
I think they were on your left side.
I think they were on the left. Yeah.
So actually, they don't, because the claw marks are on your right side.
Mm-hmm.
They're their own 3 tally marks.
Cool. Just what I needed, more tally marks. Okay. I'll, seeing my friends, hurt but alive, I will, try to kind of sit up, and I'm flavoring this. As I go to sit up, there's like a shooting pain throughout my leg.
Mm-hmm.
And as that happens, I'll just be like, gasp and just be like, my leg.
You would see the person at the end. They are awake. They rise up and they come rushing over to you. Wiswick.
Do you have your insurance card?
I don't pay for insurance. That's a ripoff.
What
It's all
god
the
is
government.
what god provides you with insurance? Is going to cost you 5,000 gold pieces, unless your
She'll
insurance can
never
cover
have.
it.
She'll never have. Ever.
And
You
they
also
will
have
give you
a
a
50 gold
10,000
copay.
Yeah, and a 10,000 deductible.
Yeah. No, they come up, and you could actually see Wiswick. You would awake at this too, as Scarlet starts to anguish and pain. And they immediately would come up to you and be like, "What's wrong? What is wrong?"
I broke my leg a while ago. It really hurts.
Oh, they didn't send your doctor's notes from your
No, they
previous
didn't.
provider.
God.
No. You see, they immediately kind of call someone over, and they begin to provide you with what they can. You see, at some point, they come up and they hand you this shallow bowl of a potion. Do you drink it?
Yeah.
You would immediately start to feel the pain leaving your body. And you start to feel a bit dull in the head, and
Yeah.
you just got some painkillers.
Cool. Oh, thank you. Is anyone else awake?
Master Netherrock is awake over there.
Hi.
Wiswick's sitting up. He looks also very tired, but he's eating some mashed potatoes right now. Or they brought him mashed potatoes right now. or no, they've brought him porridge.
Mostly oats. Wiswick, are you alright?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely didn't get the worst of it this time around. I think somebody might have thrown me in a bush or something, so...
Cal did. Cal did it. He did it to keep you safe.
I'll have to thank him when he wakes up.
Yeah. Has he not woken up yet? Has anyone
Not yet.
woken up?
He's been struggling. I saw something's wrong. He's got some sort of wound that can't be healed.
Oh no. Nothing?
What happened? How did that happen to him? I was unconscious for most of the last part of the fighting.
You didn't see it, Scarlet, when that happened.
Yeah.
His computer just fell and closed itself off of his bed, I think.
No, he literally fell off his bed. I heard it from the other room. I heard boom boom.
Oh my god. Is he okay?
I'll go find out.
Yeah, Alex will go check on him.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Oh, he's back.
It's good. Okay, good. Okay. I didn't see how it happened. But I think Timba did it.
I thought Clay told me that nothing happened, that he was alright.
No. No, after Kieran went down, and Timba did not long after, and after we killed the mage, I don't even know what to call it. The wolf came out. The one that he's been trying to suppress. And it was just... And she, can't find the words to describe how terrible it was.
Wiswick's just, seems like he's, gritting his teeth. And he's just, overwhelmed with this, kind of like a sense of betrayal. He thought that Timber was changing for the better when he pulled him aside, and now that he hears this, he just he wants to unleash his magic just to show his emotion, just to have some sort of release, some catharsis, but he doesn't have any spell slots, and he just struggles to try and cast the strongest spell without anything coming out.
Yeah.
You could see his hands trembling, and he's just looking towards the sky, and he even just yells out "Ah!"
Wiswick, he wasn't in control. He didn't do it on purpose.
You're having this conversation back and forth while Timber is literally right between you two also.
He didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know what he was doing.
Of course he did it. But he should know better by now.
He can't control it. He was dead. Was Rick. He was dead, and whatever was inside him took over his body. He's called it a vessel. And then we had... Cal and I were the only ones standing.
I risked my life to save his. And then what does he do with his own? He ends up barely killing Cal. Now we don't even know how to heal him. Curon's on the brink of death. I don't even know if we're all gonna make it through this. And if that happens, and if it's his fault, my friendship just went to waste. You understand this,
No.
Shannon? I'm sorry, Scarlet.
Who? I understand. I understand your anger. I do, but it wasn't Timber. It was somebody completely different. He couldn't control it, and as much as I want to be angry about it as well, it wasn't him.
I like to imagine that Timber is like, you know, when you're a child and you have your Game Boy and your mom's telling you to go to sleep, and you're just pretending to sleep. Just because you don't want to get in trouble.
Like Timber's been awake this whole time.
Yeah, no, but no,
You
that's
gotta
not.
wait until the lights turn off and you hear the door close before you could turn the little like
Yeah.
Your
Hiding your Game Boy underneath your
worm
pillow.
light.
Oh yeah, exactly. Sorry.
Accidentally turn the music up and the mom just dun, 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 dun. All right, continue.
Alright. Wiswick's still pissed. He doesn't seem consoled by what Scarlet says. He says,
We've known for a long time he can't control this thing. I thought he would have learned something from when he went away with Curon, but he can't control himself, and he needs to take responsibility for that monster inside of him. I don't know if I can trust him anymore.
I'm sure he feels so many emotions right now. I'm sure he's ashamed. I'm sure he's feeling guilt.
If I were...
Have you ever had something like that inside of you? Something that was trying to take control of your mind, of your body, of everything? Do you know what that's like?
I guess not.
So then you have no idea what Timber's going through. Your anger is valid. It is, and you need to let yourself feel it, but don't take it out on him. We have to find a way to help him through it, to help expel this thing, whatever it is, from inside him. And it sounds like it's been there for a while and it's taken root. The roots are deep.
You're right, Scarlet. It's not his fault. It's
not.
ours.
What?
We were the ones who let him go like this. We let him retain his freedom despite knowing the risks. We're just as guilty as he is. Whatever's inside of him is not something to be trifled with, and until we find a real, solid, tangible solution, we can't let it we can't just let him walk around like nothing happened.
I don't think it's going to be like that.
You're damn right it isn't.
and he just like turns over in his bed and like puts his shoulder towards Scarlet and is like grumbling.
The two of you will spend the rest of the day in somewhat of an awkward silence. His medics come to tend to you here and there and bring you meals and maybe help you try to stand up, but and tend to your wounds. Later that night, you would struggle to fall asleep, to once again be awoken by Cal's screams in the night. Cal, give me another Constitution saving throw.
What's happening? What's wrong?
The people ignore you as his screams kind of outshine your voice, and they are trying to hold him down and deal with his wounds. With a 15, Cal, you once again push it back. Find your rest again. The next morning, you all awake, except for Kieran and Cal. Timber, you awaken. Your eyes flutter open to the morning light. Your wounds are fine, but your exhaustion remains.
Is that 2 points so far? Or 1 point?
No one's lost exhaustion yet until they
Oh.
wake up, essentially. So
Okay.
like when they wake up, that's when they can finally start getting real rests.
Got it.
Sean.
Mhm.
Since it's been a day, could I have prepared spell slots? In the
Actually,
morning?
yeah. You would have your spells back, Wiswick, now.
I would like to have summoned the golem, and when when Timber wakes up, there is this golem looming over him.
Timber is like, at first he's just, looking up at the ceiling. Like, did this really happen?
Yeah.
And then he starts to shake again, like at the prospect of what just happened. And then he looks down at the foot of his bed and sees his golem. Ah!
Golem is just kind of standing at the end of your bed, looking down at you. It doesn't react to you waking. It's just sort of, its eyes are staring directly into yours. It's watching you. It's standing over you as a sentry.
Timber just is shaking like an old man, like a feeble old man, like in the bed. Just
Yeah, you could barely move a muscle. Like you can't get out of bed. You can barely lift your arms.
Timber, are you awake?
barely.
I'm glad you're back.
What? What happened?
I don't want to. I don't think we should talk about it right now.
Vivek tried to save me. After I tried to save Kieran. I just remember getting stabbed in the chest.
Is that the last thing you remember?
The actual last thing I remember is feeding Cal a potion after you. But everything is blank between when I fed you a potion and getting darkness
Thank you.
falling over my eyes.
Thank you for that. You have a right to know what happened, but
I can assume what happened.
I can tell you exactly what happened, but I don't want to do it right now. I don't think you won't want to hear it right now.
Timber doesn't say anything back at this point.
So I know it wasn't on purpose. I know you weren't in control.
He's not gonna let me kill myself.
Who's not?
Him. Lugh.
Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you want to do?
No, I can't, even if I wanted to.
Well, that's... Have you thought about that before?
Oh, plenty of times. Are you kidding me? Sorry, I
That's-
got out of character there. Yes.
No, that's really serious.
Well, it didn't. If I'm walking around with a bomb or something to put everybody else at risk, it's not worth my life.
Your life is valuable. And we're going to find a way to free you from whatever connection you have.
Well, I just took a bunch of lives, innocent lives, with me.
That is true. But it's also true. That wasn't you. That wasn't you. You said it yourself. It was a completely different entity. That wasn't you.
Wiswick is gonna get up, or try to get up as best as he can without saying a word. And he's actually just gonna try and leave the room.
You can. They won't stop you.
Yeah, he just leaves the room. He needs to get some air. He can't listen to this.
I will warn you. Well, not warn so much as give you a heads up. Wiswick is upset. Very upset. I've already spoken to him, but he's going to need some time. Let him come to you.
Everybody has a right to be upset. I should have stayed dead.
No, you shouldn't have.
Timber's gonna roll over and from the opposite side of Scarlet, or try to. He can't move.
Everybody's turning away from me.
Yeah, I'll say it's the zero movement of your 4 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah,
allows
5.
you still to roll over painfully.
Yeah.
But once again, you all find some tense sleep. Once again are awoken by Cal's screams in the night. Timber, this wakes you up, and you look and you see past Scarlet to the gash in Cal's shoulder that is unhealing. And you feel twinges of pain inside you. You don't know what it is, but you know that you did it, and that it is something worse than just a scar. Cal, give me a Constitution saving throw.
"21, Sean."
You are
Ooh.
able to fight off poison in your veins.
And go back to sleep.
And go back to sleep. Till the next morning, and in this stagger of wakefulness, Cal, you finally wake up in earnest.
Once again, could Cal have waken up to, like, actually Wiswick studying the injury that he had?
Yeah, absolutely, Wiswick, because you are pretty much, I mean, you're still, like, weak, but you're getting the benefits of long rests, so you're no longer exhausted in any way, so you're able to absolutely be doing that. If you want, give me a quick nature check while Cal is still asleep.
Okay.
But Cal, when you do awake, you would notice that Wiswick is sitting right beside your bed, looking down at you, as you would feel burning on your shoulder of where the wound is, and of course pain throughout your entire body, bruising and sutured cuts.
You think a 28 will cut it, Sean?
What you can tell is that this wound is strangely clean and healing in a weird way, where it's staying open as a wound, but it's starting to stabilize somewhat in a strange way. The flesh around it is somewhat... You see streaks of black come off of the wound, but it's not rotting and it's not infected. But there is some kind of poison that has cursed this wound. And it feels like there's some magic to it, but it's something wild, not arcane.
Can I use detect magic in order to try, or better yet, can I use identify to touch the injury and see if I can like divine any sort of source, or
This
really
this-
know what
the
that
magic
spell will provide for
the
me,
magic
but-
of this would not be... You would not be... If you were to try to use identify, you would gain nothing from it. You would feel the spell take root, and you could feel the kind of same wild magic feel to it, but it is beyond the vision of an identify spell. Detect magic would show magic there of some kind of wild origin.
If you instead touch a creature through the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affected.
You would still not see anything. This is too
Okay.
powerful of an incantation.
I just
This
wanted
is something.
to
This is something that
clarify.
this is something that just to give you kind of a reason. Like, this is the type of thing that a legend lore would be required to truly identify and understand it.
Okay. So it's some sort of magic that I've never seen before and does not follow the general rules of
Exactly.
it. Like, it has to be something unique. Wiswick's gonna just like pound his fist on the side of the bed and kind of just like jolt Cal a little bit. Yeah. And
Yeah, I'd
just
say
be like,
that wakens Cal a bit.
Sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Wiswick.
I-
Good, you're all right. Good. Kieran, did you make it?
Yeah. Somehow, the governor Clay, he did something to bring him back.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Is there any water? I think I've been asleep for like 3 days without water. That's very dangerous.
There is water beside his bed, and he's been asleep for 6 days.
Jesus Christ!
Wiswick
One would
hands
assume
him the
they're
water.
putting sponges in my mouth with water. Or whatever they do to
It's
probably-
been or they've just been force feeding you water.
Wiswick gently, like, essentially feeds him the water, and it's just like shaking his head. And it's like,
That's the first thing you say to me.
That you're all right? I thought that was. Actually, Cal doesn't say that. Cal just looks at him like with a questioning look.
Timber was the one who did this to you, right?
Right? Did we? What happened to him? Is he around?
Yeah.
Good.
Nothing's changed though.
Is he still hurting people? I would look left and look at Timber, I guess.
Yeah, you would see Scarlet stirring awake at this point from your conversation, and Timber would be right past her. For just for everyone's reference, for each day that you are awake after you initially awake, you can lose a point of exhaustion for your long rests. So Timber, you're at 4. Scarlet, you're back to 0. Wiswick, you've been 0 for a little while.
Are we back to full HP or no?
I would say no. I'd say it's going to take one more long rest for you to be at full HP.
Okay.
Wiswick's at full HP.
Okay.
He's not the same. Whatever just within him, he can't control it anymore, Cal. Look what he did to you. He tried to eat you. He tried to eat Huron.
I don't think it was him.
Wiswick, we talked about this. We talked about this. It's not him.
It is Scarlet. Something, whatever's inside of him, it's part of him. There's no removing it. There's no solution to this.
How can you possibly know that?
How can I possibly not? We've been traveling with him forever. This is all he should be worried about, and we haven't come up with anything. Not even a clue. I was able to find some secret from like ancient history that nobody else has ever found in the entire world in the time it took him to just attack us and do nothing.
Timber,
Maybe
you awake to this tirade.
Whatever's harming him, it's hopeless. We can't solve this problem.
It's not hopeless. Don't say that. It is not hopeless.
Timber
And
gets
we are
up.
we're not giving up on him.
He finds like a nearby like cane or crutch.
Yeah.
And then just takes a walk outside.
The golem stops him. Like, literally just gets in the way.
Golem steps in front of you.
I just want air. I don't.
The golem has commands that Wiswick physically, like, put in context earlier that are essentially like, keep Timber in this room by any means necessary.
Wiswick, let him by.
He's not leaving my sight.
Let him by.
No, it's okay, Scarlet. It's fine. Timber's gonna sit back down in the bed, actually, and then. Not sit. Sorry, lay down.
Cal was watching that very carefully, not moving my head very much because I'm very tired, but you know, side-eyeing kind of all those motions, both Timber's and Wiswick's, and that's important to remember for later.
Okay.
Wiswick at this point, if Timber's still in the room, he's gonna go up to him personally and just.
Wiswick, if you have a way to kill me, do it.
No. No. Everybody just needs to take a breath, which I know doesn't mean a lot coming from me. Just stop. We've all been through a lot. We've been through so much in the past week. I don't even know how long it's been.
Right, but if you have to deal with.
No. We're going to figure it out.
Wiswick's anger kind of just subsides. Like, when he says that he, like, wants it to die, Wiswick kind of just, like, takes a step back and looks at him and just says, "Have you learned nothing? You can't be killed.
whatever's inside of you is not gonna stop because of this.
That's why I said if you know a way.
If his if the vessel's destroyed, I'd imagine, right?
Cal, you're awake.
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know. Kieran and I only learned of what it is, and there isn't much information beyond that.
What did you learn?
It's a
Tell
god.
us what you learned.
It's a god named Lugh. It was a keeper of the Fae. There's 3 of them. I forget the other 2 names, but there's a bear, there's a raven, and then there's this wolf god named Lugh. And essentially the other 2 died, and Lugh was corrupted by the Wayward One. Tortured. All he knows now is to just feast.
Well, isn't that more information than we knew before? Looking directly at Wiswick.
It doesn't help though. We need to. I'm looking for a way with Kieran to figuring out its goal, if it has any other goals beyond that, or.
And now you have the rest of us behind you, right? Looking at Wiswick again.
Vizek,
We're going to help.
I very much appreciated you in that fight before I died. I'm sorry I died.
Cal's fading again. Like it's fall asleep again.
Appropriate.
Wiswick's kind of just.
He was really
looking
trying, but
back at Cal and seeing that, and looks back at Timber and says, "You know as well as I do that we're at a loss here. Whatever this Lugh did when he controlled you, it's killing Cal. Whatever, I don't know
just wait.
what you've done, but it's serious. We can no longer let this go like it's some thing, just another vague problem that we have to deal with.
Vizek,
You're a danger to all of us, and I can't let this keep happening. I can't see you murder any more of us.
Wiswick, that's enough.
Vizek, this is what I've been trying to say for the past months. This is why I've been so doing my best to mitigate all risks as possible every time we engage in a situation. It's so that we don't have to deal with this. I don't know what I did to Cal.
So why do you fight? Why do you fight at all? Why don't you just run? Why don't you just go somewhere? Why don't you just...
Wiswick, that's enough.
Well,
Timber, you don't have to answer him right now.
no, he's right though. I think I should
He's not
go.
thinking clearly.
No, he's right.
No, you're not going anywhere. You can't leave.
Not right now, but I should go.
I'm not going to let you leave.
Uh,
We're in this together.
She's right on that one. We can't let you go now. You've done too much damage already.
I think you
So-
need to take a walk,
so I-
Wiswick.
do
Go.
do I go or stay? I'm confused.
You stay.
Sorry, Kieran's making a whipping.
Sorry, you guys had 3 really good songs. I'm
Yeah.
And there he goes. Okay, no, he's back.
Wiswick's going to, just look at Scarlet and say, "It's not going to work out the way you want it to." And then he's just going to stop and walk back to his bed and sit down and sulk some more.
Timber's gonna cry. I'm not gonna do it on screen, sorry. Timber's gonna cry and just like watch his tears just fall on his the palm of his hands. But not verbally cry, but you just see like tears would just roll down.
Would I notice that?
It's a pretty open room.
Cool. Can I
Unless
would like
Timber's trying to hide it.
Are you trying to hide it?
Timber's not trying to hide it.
Okay. All right. I want.
He's not verbally crying though. He's just tears are just
Yeah. Well, as soon
Wiswick's
as
trying to hide it.
Stefan, you're about to be back in the scene in a few moments. So you should start, maybe get ready to be serious.
Stefan, are you okay?
Oh my god. I would like to go sit next to Timber, hobble my way over there, assuming my leg is still hurting and claw marks, but I'm gonna try and like cover them.
Mm-hmm.
And just go sit next to him and just kind of put my head on his shoulder.
He puts an arm around her and I'm sorry.
I know. We'll figure it out. Don't listen to him. He's just upset.
More tears.
Scarlet too.
I'll say this is the first night that Cal gets a peaceful rest without a flare-up. So he'll finally get a long rest so he can be not exhausted, as exhausted. The next morning, early in the morning, Kieran, you wake up earlier than everyone else. Not a full trance earlier, but an hour or two earlier. Still dark. The sun has not risen yet. There's low-lit torches as you look around and see all your friends across from you together on the other side of this medical wing. You are still quite exhausted. Still have 4 levels of exhaustion. But you are truly back now. And on the 7th day, he rose.
Can I have said that I, seeing, everybody slowly waking up and hoping that Kieran is going to be next, can I, sit in a chair next to his bed?
Yeah, I'll allow you to have fallen asleep in a chair next to his bed.
Yeah.
Scarlet's resting with a shawl pulled over her next to you. What do you do?
Nothing. He's just laying there on his back, staring.
Okay. You lay there, unmoving, laying things over in your mind, I suppose. As the day slowly begins, and the black star rises, and a creeping crawling of amber light, blood red light, bathes the room, reminding you of the bloody pool in Zendario's world. As you see your friends starting to stir awake. And that's where we'll end tonight. thank you everyone for joining us tonight for this
My
epic session.
God. My
Well done.
God.
Well done, everyone.
Really, really cool, really exciting, really fun session. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us, for joining us in Paradise. As per usual, we have a lot of programming coming up, so make sure that you're hanging out with us in those on those shows. Tomorrow night we have Chows in the Mist, a Jasper's Game Day Presents show that we are hosting on our channel. So go ahead and come by 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard to catch that. It's a really great cast. Thursday night is Relaxing in Paradise, where I'm going to be hanging out, painting minis, drawing maps, playing games, getting yelled at by Shannon in chat. And then Sunday for the Sean and Shannon Power Hour, we will talk about this session and what happened and what might happen, and then we'll make Shannon suffer through Overwatch again.
It's not suffering. I am thoroughly enjoying it.
Yes, maybe finally she'll learn how to move and shoot at the same time.
I don't know. I don't think
Jump
it's
and
one
shoot.
time. I don't know. It's a little too much.
Yeah, maybe you should start with Mega Man X.
Yeah. 2D platformer.
I like this one.
All right, folks. We'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us in Paradise. Have a lovely evening.
Oh!